Is your organization evaluating HR and payroll platforms and trying to decide if Namely is the right fit? In this in-depth review, we will break down who Namely serves best, how its core modules work, what kinds of automation and analytics it provides, how it compares to common alternatives, and the most important considerations to include in your buying checklist. Let's start with what Namely is. Namely is a cloud-based HRIS and payroll suite built specifically for mid-sized companies that have moved beyond startup scale but are not yet at full enterprise complexity. If you employ roughly 100 to 1,000 people and you are struggling with multiple disconnected systems, spreadsheets for HR data, or manual processes in payroll and benefits, Namely aims to provide a single source of truth that consolidates HR, payroll, time, benefits, and performance into one integrated platform. The promise is fewer data silos, smoother workflows, and better visibility for HR, finance managers, and employees. A common question today is whether Namely uses AI. The short answer is that Namely emphasizes automation, rules engines, and analytics rather than leading with generative AI branding. In practical terms, that means employee data validation, approval workflows, eligibility logic for benefits, automated calculations in payroll, and configurable alerts that surface issues before they become payroll or compliance problems. Organizations that want deeper AI-assisted insights often connect Namely to third-party tools for recruiting, analytics, or planning. As with any SaaS product, confirm current capabilities and roadmap directly with the vendor because feature sets change. The core of Namely is its HRIS, where you maintain detailed employee profiles. Each profile can include personal info, job and compensation history, manager relationships and org structure, documents, and performance data. Having a centralized profile helps ensure reporting accuracy and reduces the time HR teams spend chasing information across systems. Employee self-service is a central design point. Employees can update select fields, review pay stubs, request time off, enroll in benefits during open enrollment, and view company resources. Role-based permissions control who can see which data, and managers can approve changes or time off within their dashboards. Payroll is one of Namely's flagship modules. The system supports gross-to-net calculations, multiple pay schedules, deductions and garnishments, and end-of-year forms. Payroll tax filing and remittances are handled as part of managed payroll services, but you should validate coverage by state and locality based on your footprint. One of the biggest value propositions is reducing manual effort. Recurring earnings, benefit deductions, and taxes are calculated according to configured rules. And pre-payroll checks help catch anomalies like missing hours, out-of-range pay changes, or invalid bank details before you run payroll. Benefits administration is tightly integrated with HR and payroll data. HR teams can configure plan options, eligibility rules by location or employment type, and open enrollment windows. Employees can compare plans, enroll, and update dependents within the same interface they use for pay and PTO. When enrollments change, deductions flow into payroll automatically to reduce errors. If you work with brokerage or carriers, it is important to discuss how data exchanges are handled, whether via EDI, APIs, or file feeds, to keep carrier records synchronized with the HRIS. Time and attendance functionality allows you to track hourly shifts, salaried exceptions, overtime rules, and PTO accruals. Employees can submit time from a browser or mobile access. Managers review and approve, and approved hours feed into payroll. Configuration is important here, especially if you operate across states or countries with different labor regulations. Set up pay codes, overtime thresholds, and holiday calendars to comply with FLSA and local requirements. And verify how the system handles meal breaks, rest periods, and rounding rules where applicable. Talent and performance tools include goal setting, review cycles, and feedback workflows. Mid-sized companies often want to move away from ad hoc spreadsheets for reviews, and Namely provides structured templates, cycle management, and visibility across teams. Performance data can connect to compensation planning processes, so merit increases and bonuses are aligned with review outcomes. While not as deep as specialized talent suites, this module is designed for organizations that need standard performance management embedded in their HRIS rather than a separate tool. Reporting and analytics sit across all modules. Pre-built reports cover headcount, turnover, compensation, payroll registers, benefits enrollment, and time usage, with options to filter and schedule delivery. Custom reporting and dashboards help HR leaders and finance partners keep a pulse on costs and workforce trends. If you need advanced analytics, you can export data or use APIs to feed a business intelligence tool. Governance matters here. Define who can run which reports and set schedules for monthly compliance checks like I-9 audits or ACA-related tracking. Implementation for a mid-sized HRIS typically involves data migration, module configuration, payroll parallel runs, and admin training. Successful projects start with clean data and a clear RACI for HR, payroll, benefits, and IT. Expect a phased approach. HRIS and payroll first, then benefits and time, followed by performance. Test end-to-end scenarios such as a new hire onboarding from offer acceptance through first payroll, an employee transfer across cost centers, and an open enrollment event with multiple plan changes. Post-go live, measure cycle times for payroll, time approvals, and ticket resolution to ensure the platform is delivering improvements. Security and compliance are critical. Namely, handle sensitive HR and payroll data, so you should ask for current attestation such as SOC2, review encryption practices, understand role-based access controls, and confirm SSO options with providers like Okta, Microsoft Entra ID, or Google. For compliance, review workflows related to I-9 and E-Verify, ACA tracking, COBRA administration, and state-by-state payroll tax support. If you operate internationally, clarify whether you need separate global payroll providers or an employer of record service. Namely is generally strongest for US-centric mid-market organizations. Integrations help eliminate duplicate entry. Common categories include applicant tracking systems like Greenhouse or Lever, accounting systems such as NetSuite or QuickBooks, identity providers for SSO, and data pipelines to analytics tools. Verify whether integrations are pre-built, require middleware, or rely on scheduled flat file exchanges. Establish data ownership and cadence so downstream systems update reliably after HR changes. Pricing is usually per employee per month, with implementation and optional managed services factored into a custom quote. Your total cost will depend on the modules you select, the complexity of payroll across states or bargaining units, and the level of ongoing support you prefer. When building your business case, weigh license and services cost against time saved in payroll processing, reduced errors, compliance risk reduction, and employee experience improvements. How does Namely compare to alternatives? Against ADP Workforce Now and Paylocity, Namely competes on user experience and mid-market focus, while ADP and Paylocity offer broad payroll depth and large ecosystems. Bamboo HR is often praised for HRIS usability, with payroll as an add-on, making it attractive for smaller teams. Rippling emphasizes a unified data layer across HR and IT, which can be compelling if you need device and app management. Gusto suits smaller businesses with simple payroll needs. UKG Pro and Workday target larger, more complex environments. The best fit depends on your footprint, compliance profile, and the depth of features you require. Pros include an integrated employee-friendly interface, consolidated HR and payroll data, automation that reduces manual work, and a strong fit for mid-sized companies. Potential trade-offs include less depth and specialized systems in certain niches, the need for careful configuration to match complex policies, and reliance on integrations for advanced analytics or global payroll. Mid-market HRIS that centralizes payroll, benefits, time, and performance with strong self-service, Namely should be on your shortlist. Create a structured evaluation. List must-have workflows, map data flows to accounting and ATS systems, request a sandbox or guided demo with your real scenarios, and gather references from companies with a similar size and regulatory profile. With the right implementation plan and governance, Namely can help your HR and payroll teams move faster, improve accuracy, and deliver a better experience for employees and managers alike.